In this lesson, we're gonna continue talking about WordPress and exploring the new tools. And also we saw that we have some previous tools that we can still use in this new version of WordPress. So I'm trying to show you a little bit also the differences between the old one and the new one. But bear in mind that WordPress is in constant update. So something that could be okay for this moment could be changed later on because it's always under development, always changing, always updating and evolving. So in the previous lesson, we switched the theme, and we saw that by switching the theme, we a little bit of the appearance here change it. So we miss some of the menus that we have here, like also the possibility to manage the navigation menu in here. So in this new version, we go mostly through this editor right here. So let me just open up in another page the visit site button so we can split the view into two just to show you again some differences. So before we have like more a backend in the dashboard and a front end visiting the site. So we did some changes also in the navigation, and we just used the split view because it's pretty handy. We can see the preview and we can see the backend and manage the website from here. So for example, if we want to manage the pages, we can go here into pages and we can manage the pages from here, but we can also manage the pages from the editor. So first of all, I want to see if I'm using my own page here. Yes. So your own page uses the blog template. So when I use a theme, it's going to use some templates and I can customize this. I can change it. So first of all, I want to customize this theme, and I don't want to use in the home page my latest post, which is this was set up by the theme. I instead want to use a static page, and I can select here my own page from the various pages and save the changes. And again, if you use this new editor, you will see the preview right away. Let's refresh also the website, and now we can see the changes also here. So now the home page, it's not the latest post, but it's my home page, the one that I designed earlier. Let me go back and let's go back to pages. So let's say that I want to edit this home page. Now I have two types of editor, the old one, let's say, and the new one. So the old one can be accessed by the pages in the dashboard. So I'm gonna go here and click, and so I can change the status here of the page. I can check the statistics and do other things like copy the page or copy the link. And here I can edit, which means I'm going into the editor. Now, if I use this type of editor, I think it's good to have the split view and to check the preview of what we're doing. So let's say that I want to change this text, which is a block, a textual block. So I want to change this into like welcome to this website and save it, update. Now I'm not able to see the actual layout of the overall website, which let me close this, which I can see it from here. So I can see the content mainly when I use this editor. I can check the content and I can also change the content aspect. So you can see that the title cannot be changed much, and it's part of the page. So if I underline the title here, it's part of the page. So I can use an excerpt, feature image, and discussion and other things we saw also before. But if I click here in the text, I have some extra options. So I have the possibility to edit this block using the block editor, using these buttons at the top right here in this toolbar. But also on the right, you can see it changed from page to block. So this is where I can edit this block, which is a paragraph block. So for example, I can go here and change the text. I can change the color of this text. So let's make this like orange or green. So now you can see that my text has become of another color. But to see the changes right here, I need to update and then refresh here. There you go. Now, I can also change the background of this block. So let's say that I want this to be gray. So update, refresh, there you go. Now be careful, because for usability reason and for user experience, a user interface, you may want to consider to have more contrast and not colors that are like colorblind. So you need to make sure that the user or the visitor can easily read, and you need to make sure that the colors are good for contrast. So in this case, I want to change here the background, and I want to make this darker like this, or perhaps brighter. Now, if you don't find some colors here, now these are default colors, these are colors from the theme, you can also click up here and you can change this into something. You see here, you can change until you find the one that you like. Let's say that I like this light gray, and we can press enter to accept, or just click outside, update, refresh. There you go. Now it's much better. And also, if I underline only this part and create a link, so let's create a link here using the link button as we did previously, and I just want to add a hash tag or hash symbol, so like this. So this means that this is going to be an empty link. It will not go anywhere. It's just for telling me that this is going to be a link. So remember also to press enter here. Press enter, and that's it. So this has become a link. Now you see that the link has the same color of the text, which is an option that you can do, but usually they have two different colors because you want to underline where there is a link for the hypertext. So I want to change this with the red or a blue or something, a little bit different. So, make your choices and then update. So now we have also a different color for the link. So if I click here, nothing will happen. You can see this is kind of, hand wrote. So it's, there you go. It's going here, but there's nothing there. So it's just, empty link. Other things we can do here is quickly we can edit the paragraph and change the alignment of the text, change the bold and the italic, which means it's going to be like not straight. So I can update this. There you go. So you can see the changes. And well, what else? We can change the dimensions and this padding, which is the space between the blocks, and also in the left side and the right side, and the margins. So padding is a kind of inside, and you can also only use you can change the top, the bottom, the right, or the all different margins, which padding, sorry, which are inside, and the margin it's outside. But essentially, it's going to increase the distance between the text inside and outside. And this is also handled by the CSS. When we work with HTML and CSS, this is a part that usually is handled by the CSS in the websites. And if I go down here, I have some advanced, and we already saw the anchor in another video, in the previous video. Now, if you have some additional CSS classes, you can insert it here, but this is kind of more professional stuff that it's not like for beginners. Now up here we have some extra buttons, and we can also open and close this panel. And if we click here, well, these are other options, but we will talk about this more later. So we can do some customization in the colors here and on some of these blocks, but only in the part that concerns the content. For the rest of the website, we're gonna have to stick to the theme that we chosen and its templates. Now we can customize a little bit also those, but depending on our plan. Now this is the old editor way that is still available. So let me just go back now to my dashboard and let me update here the latest changes and then go back, view pages, and I'm back in the dashboard. So if I go, instead of going directly into the pages here, if I go down to the appearance and I go to the editor, so not the themes, not customized, we already saw this, editor. Now I will not need the split view anymore. So before I get rid of this other part, also here we can access the edit and we can change the theme. So you can see this is bringing me to the themes and I can change the theme. Remember that each theme will behave differently. So let's close this. And this is again the old editor right here. So these two buttons will get you there. Now I don't want to use the old this preview, I just want to expand this. So you can see that in the new editor, we already have a preview right away, which looks really close to what the final front end will look like. So this is why I don't really need to have a split view right here, because it's kind of a split view as well. If I click this and drag, I can make this a little bit smaller. It's going to take a little bit of space, but all the rest of the settings are right here. So we talked about the navigation in the previous lesson, how we can change the navigation, how we can customize it. Now here I have a lot of different types of navigation that have been created, so I can switch from one to the other. I can just delete the one that I don't need if I want, because they all look pretty much the same. And then you have styles, but you can see that I cannot change much using these styles from the template. If I want to do premium styles, those will only be available when upgrading to the premium plan or higher. This is where you need to update if you want to change the CSS and the style for the overall website, not just the content, which is only this part of your website. So be careful to distinguish the template and layout and the themes with the content. Now, third one here is pages. So this is where we can access the pages again. We also have page 404, search result page. We can also manage, again, all the pages. So I'm just going to exit here. And there you go. We're back in the pages panel. Let me just go back using the arrow. And let's go back to the home page again. So if I click here, I have the link of this page, which is, you can see the link of the overall website. I can move to trash and I can click here and this will bring me inside another editor. So it's telling me that it's editing a page and now it's possible to edit the page content inside the site editor to customize other parts of the page like the header, the footer, and the content and so on, or the sidebar. So let's continue. So right now I have here, so if I click here, I can edit the content right away. So if I click here, I can edit this again. So let's take off here the bold and the italic and then save. And this is gonna update this page only. Now, if I go and click here to edit template, well, you can see that we can also edit a template which has been used for this theme. So usually when you select a theme, you will also have some templates that will be used for this theme inside this theme. So you can see that the same template can be used for multiple pages, and any change made here will affect other pages of the site. So if you only want to edit the page content, you can go back and clicking the back button up there. So let's continue. So you can see now that if I click here, I can edit the menu or the header. If I click here, well, this is the content block. So I can make changes on how the main content will be displayed. And then I have these other parts which I may like or may not like, which are part of the footer. So I can decide if I want to maintain this footer or just, get rid of that. So I will affect the overall template. So be careful again if you're editing the overall template or the content. So let me just go back, and now I'm back on the content because I don't want to change here the navigation. I only want to work with the content. Now, if I go on the right and click on this, it's going to show me again those panels to edit the content, just like in the old editor. And here I also have the styles again. So typography, text, I can change the font. And again, this is for premium plan or higher. So let's just remove. But if I go here and I go back to not the styles, the overall styles, but this, which is the settings for the block. Again, I can change the color and I can change the link, the background. So the same thing we did in the previous editor, but here we can also see the rest of the website, not just the content. So we can still edit the content while watching the rest of the website. You can see here, this is the content. So I can click, it's going to show me only where the content is. You can see it's only this. The rest is the footer or the header or some side panel or else. So if I go inside here, go block, and this is again where I can edit that block. Again, I'm going to go back here, back to pages. And again, if you want, you can edit the page 404. So let's change this. No page, oops, not found. You can customize the content. There you go, save. Or you can customize also the template if you want. Let's go back. And then we have templates and patterns again, but we're going to talk about this later. So this is just to show you that this is the newest editor at the moment, but we can still, in some cases, use the old. And by the way, now we saw how we can change the pages, but how can we change the articles or the posts? Well, in that case, I can do it from here again with the old editor, and with the new, let's see how it's gonna be. So let's go back to the editor, and apparently there is no possibility for that. So I can click on page and I can go into the various pages. I can also access the page from here, from the navigation. So if I click here and well, this is an empty one, so let me just go back. So that's the home. So if I click here, I can go to the home page from here. So this is another way. So we can access from the menu, navigation menu, or from directly the pages. But I cannot access the articles. I can only access the articles because I can click on this page that I created specifically for the posts, for the articles. And so now if I edit this, there you go, we are back to the page editor and I click here. And if I go inside, I can deactivate the link. I can change the title of the link. So if I click here, I can change the title. And this is going to be the link. I can also open it in a new tab or mark as no follow, but I can change some stuff here. Or I can just click here, and this is going to open up the new post. And that's it. So I'm just going to click then edit post, and you will see that I will be back in the old fashion editor, which is this one here. So again, it works with blocks, but I can only see the content. I cannot see the rest of the page. So probably I will switch back to the split view. So let's say let's type something in this post. So I'm gonna update, and to see the results, I'm gonna go here to articles and click on new post, and there you go. Let's type something in this post, and you can see it's double. So you can see it here, you can see it here. Why? Because this template uses kind of an excerpt that is going to be visible here on the right side. So if this is the content of the post, but it's similar to the template of the page. So if I go back, you can see this is we're watching at the page. But if I go to edit template, there you go. So you can see that this is the content block. Well, this is for the page. So let's go back. And so if you wanna, let's go back again. If you wanna go to templates and see which templates are used in this theme, we can see here that, for example, for the archives, this is how the posts are going to be shown. So you can see there is here the name of the post, and then the date, the category, and the excerpt, which is going to be visible. So this is the structure of a post, and you can just click to see what's going to be visible here. This is going to be the feature image block, and this is going to be let's see here, well, another feature image, because these are the posts, actually, all the posts. So this is for the archive, that's for the blog home, this is for the index, this is page 404, and oh, there's the single post right there. There you go. So this is how the post is structured. If you change this template, if you change this structure, this is going to be then applied to any articles or any page for the rest of your website. So essentially, themes are a combination of different templates. And again, we're going to come back here later. This is going to be it for this lesson. If you enjoyed, please subscribe in the channel and to stay updated. Also join the channel if you want to thank us, support us for creating more videos, more video guides, and check out other video guides and video courses that we have in the channel. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next lesson.